Breaking news, Donald Trump's tax bill passes the House this week, and it offers a massive tax cut for California families, but a penalty for California politicians who are giving welfare to illegal immigrants. Coming up, we've got the full rundown of the pros and cons of Trump's tax bill, the impact to California specifically, all coming up. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California and a California state representative. And this week, Donald Trump and the House Republicans finally got their big, beautiful bill, which is their budget and tax reform plan, out of the House Representatives, which was a very heavy lift because there's a lot of dissension, a lot of disagreements, a lot of factions. And the bill does a whole lot. Here's the headline: Mike Johnson, Donald Trump get big, beautiful win as budget passes the House. So that's the big story. I'm going to go through two profoundly impactful provisions to California in this bill. There's a lot of different provisions that benefit California. And even, I say benefit, even when California state government loses money from penalties, it's a benefit because Trump is right about what he's trying to get states to do. He's trying to force California politicians to clean up their act. So all of these things are benefits. And I'm going to go through a specific impact that you're all going to see on your federal taxes very soon, a lot of tax savings. But first, I want to remind you that at Reform California, we're the only ones really giving you unbiased news. The left in California, they control all the newspapers, all the local TV stations. And that's why you're going to hear wall-to-wall coverage that bashes Trump and the Republican budget, bashes this tax bill, says nothing positive about it, says it's going to be the reason why California is suffering. You should blame everything on this bill. Things are pretty bad out here in California. It has nothing to do with this bill. This bill is actually trying to fix the problem. But at Reform California, we believe we need to get the truth out to voters because they could easily be bamboozled. It could taint them and contaminate them as we head into the 2026 midterm elections. So getting shows like this out to voters in target districts, that is our top priority, making sure they understand the benefits of the tax bill. But to do that work, we need your help. So go onto the website, reformcalifornia.org, chip in a contribution. On that site, you're going to see that we have a list of seats that we're trying to defend and trying to flip in California to save the House majority for Donald Trump. So he has a full 4 years to get his agenda through. If the Democrats take over the House in the last 2 years, his agenda is dead. It'll be blocked by the new Democrat majority in the House of Representatives. California will be the deciding edge. The seats that we have in California, the toss-up seats, really are the margin of the House majority, either left or right. Plus, we believe that we can break the Democrat supermajority in Sacramento by picking up 7 seats in the state legislature. And we've got candidates recruited. We're training them, mentoring them, and filing them. We need your help. Finally, we do have our ballot measures, our voter ID initiative, and the taxpayer protection initiative to not only save you state taxes, but also restore the integrity of our elections. So we can't do any of this work without your help. Go to the website, reformcalifornia.org. Plus, share and like this video so people know about the benefits of Trump's big, beautiful bill, the tax bill and the budget bill that they just passed. So let's go into some of the elements that I want to cover. I'm just going to go through these real quick. And I'm going to get to the top 2 in just a moment. It's a tax cut across the country. Now, California gets a special tax cut. I'll get into that in a minute. It's the biggest savings that you're going to see. But the bill overall cuts taxes by 15% on working families, saving about $5,000 a year for them. Tips, no taxes. It eliminates taxes on tips. So those entry-level jobs, working level jobs, very, very important. No overtime tax, no Social Security tax. See all the savings that are racking up here? Everyone in California will benefit by this. Everyone in America does, but California gets a special benefit. That comes in the form of the SALT deduction. It's SALT is state and local tax cap. You used to be able to do is write off all your state and local taxes on your federal taxes. And I like that model because I don't think you should be taxed doubly. If the state's taking that money away from you, why is the federal government able to tax you on money that you actually did not receive? But anyway, in the last go around of tax reform in 2017, Trump and the Republicans imposed a cap on how much you can deduct from state and local taxes on your federal taxes. It's called the SALT cap. It was capped at $10,000, which means that in high tax states like California, when you have liberal blank hat politicians like Gavin Newsom and the Democrat supermajority constantly raising your taxes, well, your ability to write that off is limited to the $10,000 cap. Well, this bill raises the cap from $10,000 to $40,000. And that is only going to be lifted for people with annual income of $500,000 or less. So it really does channel the savings on taxes to working families. And that lifting of the cap means that the cap goes away for the vast majority of Californians. This is so important that we fight in the Senate to keep the cap at least 40,000. I'd like to get rid of the cap, but at least 40,000. It's great progress. Other policies. So that's the big first one, is the tax impact. The second big impact is penalties to the state of California for giving free taxpayer-funded healthcare to illegal immigrants under the Medi-Cal program, which is our version of Medicaid. In the budget, there will now be a penalty. Instead of getting reimbursed at 90% of Medicaid costs, a state that offers illegal immigrants free healthcare at state expense, state taxpayer expense, will only get 80% reimbursement. So that is a massive 10% reduction. It's a total 10% reduction in terms of the reimbursement rate. It's more than 10% because you're going from 90 down to 80 in terms of the overall money coming in. So it's more than a 10% reduction in federal Medicaid dollars to California. Now, California can get 100% of what's owed for coverage of eligible people, citizens, low-income people, if it just decides that it's not going to use state taxpayer money to cover illegal immigrants. So the question for Gavin Newsom, this is so important because the media is going to report this as a Medicaid cut. It's not. This is a penalty for the state taking your taxpayer money and giving it away. Rather than caring for its own citizens, California has so much money lying around that it's giving away the store to people who are not even citizens. So Trump and the Republicans are saying, well, hold on a second. If you really have so much money laying around that you don't, you can give it away to non-citizens, well, then maybe you don't need as much federal dollars to deal with the poor people in your state. Again, some are going to describe this in the media as a cut to Medicaid. It is not a cut to Medicaid. This is a penalty for the state of California taking your taxpayer money and wasting it on non-citizens. And the only way you can force the state of California not to do that is to say, okay, if you have so much money lying around that you're giving it out to non-citizens, you clearly have more than enough money to cover your own citizens. You don't need federal help. That is the justification. Now, the question before Newsom and the Democrats, are they willing to take a budget hit for poor citizens in order to shovel money in the direction of illegal immigrants? That is as best of the framing that I can possibly give you on this. Is the question before us. Do they care so little about poor people in California who are citizens that they're willing to have more cuts to their health programs in order to serve the benefit and the interests of non-citizens? That is the question that Trump and this budget that just passed the House will now frame for California. I can tell you what the answer is going to be because I know these lunatics. They will absolutely let poor people who are citizens starve and suffer in order to bend over backwards for what they think is their new constituency, illegal immigrants. I can't put a more finer point on it. And I am bound and determined to make sure that every California voter knows that we are going to see poor people hurt by Newsom and the Democrats' decision to gift, and that's the best way to describe it, gift free healthcare to illegal immigrants. This is a big deal in this budget. Some other, so those are the top two: the SALT deduction and the penalty on states that give away the store to illegal immigrants for free healthcare. So other elements, it's going to increase staffing in ICE and Border Patrol to secure the border. It restores the Remain in Mexico policy as a federal mandated policy, not just executive order. It gets rid of IRS surveillance on gig workers and Venmo. It will impose welfare to work requirements for various welfare programs, including Medicaid. It repeals a variety of Green New Deal, Greedy New Steel, welfare, wasteful spending giveaways, all these boondoggle projects that the left has funded under the Green New Deal, eliminated savings, protects family farms from the death tax, does a variety of other great things. That's just a list of things that we know can be benefiting the state of California and the nation as a whole. But the two biggies that will have the biggest impact in California, that SALT deduction cap being lifted from $10,000 to $40,000, that will be a direct savings to almost every one of you watching this podcast. Plus, the pending penalty to the state of California if Newsom and California Democrats decide to stick to their guns and throw away the interests of poor people in our state to serve illegal immigrants. Again, at Reform California, we are leading the fight to expose the truth and to weaponize these bad decisions against the Democrats in the 2026 election to secure the House majority. So Trump has a full 4-year term, not a 2-year term, with a Democrat Congress blocking him in the last 2 years. And of course, we're also making sure that we break the supermajority in Sacramento to have leverage to get good things done and ultimately put things on the ballot like the Taxpayer Protection Initiative and the Voter ID Initiative. Join the fight. Go to the website. If you can't contribute, you can do two things super simple. Join the fight by signing up at the bottom of the website. That way we can keep you updated on campaigns in your area. Plus, we'll send you our voter guide, our plain English voter guide each election. You can sign up at the website, reformcalifornia.org, at the bottom, first name, last name, email, phone, and zip code. You can also do something very free. 84% of you are not subscribed to this video. You don't get notifications that our new episode posts. We do that every day at 5 o'clock. We post a new episode. This is important that we get more subscribers and more people click the notification button, because that helps the algorithm spread it to even more people in California. So YouTube and the other technology platforms know that when people like a video, subscribe, or click a notification button, that it's popular content. Then they look for people like you and they serve it up for free in suggestions. Help us grow our movement very simply. It's free to do. Subscribe, click the notification button, and like the video. Finally, if you can chip in a contribution, please do so at reformcalifornia.org. Until next time, Carl DeMaio, Chairman of Reform California and a California State Representative. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. But before you click away, please subscribe to this channel and click that notification button so you get updated when we post new episodes. Plus, like this video and share it with your friends so that we can help spread our message across the state. Reform California with Carl DeMaio is paid for by Carl DeMaio for State Assembly.